Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eugene Morozov, and I represent Everscale Network. A word of thanks to GBA and personally Gerard, who is making this possible. What are we doing today? And if I can ask the tech team to please put the Devote presentation on the screen, please. So what we're doing today is a pilot. Some of you already may have heard that we have an incredible exhibit of art in the neighboring room, Chinese room right next door, where people from all over the world submitted their NFTs to be displayed, discussed, voted on, and then auctioned during this event. So I want to make sure that all of you actually do look at the art and then make your own choices and make your own selections. So we're using the NFT show as in this pilot just to make it easy and simple. Only those that are present physically at the conference are eligible to vote. To do that, you will need to go to a website called devoteusa.com. devoteusa.com. Let me see if I can use this remote. Huh? Turn it on. Let's see. Technology. Yeah, trying to do that. Nope. Anyway, I can tell you guys to do that. So, again, to repeat the website, devoteusa.com. The registration for the vote is today, only today, until 1 p.m. 1 p.m. only. So please make sure you go and register to vote. And then later, after 1:30 today, all day today, and all day tomorrow, you will have time to submit your choices. Now, we're talking about sustainable growth, sustainability. We believe that one of the critical functions that must be sustainable is governance. We also believe that government is you. And therefore, any voting must be open to all, must be fast, convenient, definitely affordable, and secure. But most importantly, going back to our own experiences not that long ago in 2020, it must be indisputable. And this is what we are trying to do. Next slide, please. To disrupt this particular industry, we believe that $15 billion spent on just 2 races, congressional and presidential, in 2020 is a bit of an overkill. So the way to change that and make it more sustainable and acceptable is what we are trying to pilot today. Next slide, please. So the problem that really exists today, and many of you are in government and in the elections industry, is that no existing remote ballot return system is fully open source, fully decentralized, and very importantly, none is compliant with the requirement, legal requirement, of permanent separation of voter affidavit, voter name, and voter bulletin, the choices, the selection of the voter. So we believe that that fact severely limits the use of mobile voting in the world, thus preventing governments from including the most people that are possible into the elections. And we believe that that's a must. Everybody who has the right to vote should have the opportunity to do so, even without the need to go to the polling station. My mother is 93 years old. She's a US citizen. She wants to vote, but she's unable to go to the polling station. So what? She's not going to express her vote anymore? No way, said we, and designed something that's coming. Next, please. All right, so the system that we designed is end-to-end decentralized for now in its core functionality. So the actual vote is 100% on-chain and therefore immutable. It is using a mathematical wonder called zero-knowledge snarks technology. It is run, and this is very important, on linearly scalable blockchain. We understand that to allow this country to vote, we need, 300 million users doing it simultaneously? No existing blockchain can do that today, right? Except the ones that can be scaled to any size using the increased number of people who are called validators to be able to support that number, 300 million or more. So we're proud to be one of those blockchain networks which are linearly scalable and today demonstrate more than 50,000 smart contracts executions per second with a network finality of under 1 second. In fact, block generation time, for those who are technical, is 0.2 seconds, something that is very, very hard to achieve, only possible on Rust nodes validators. Anyway, we're also 100% compliant with that legal requirement of permanent separation. We're even better than that. We don't separate anything. We just don't know how people vote. We can prove they did, but nobody knows how. So it's actually better than the law prescribes. We are also, Devote is also 100% open source. Anyone can go, look at the code, audit. If you find any bugs, we'll pay you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you find any errors or bugs, please come to me and you will get rewarded for any. Good luck on that too. And very important, we have a free software license. So any one of you, for free, can go and use. Now, this is back-end only for the moment. The front end, we didn't have time to do fully decentralized. So we asked our partners, a company called Nephi Club, to help us with the front end. So the web application that you will see and hopefully use today is centralized for now, right? The voting itself is decentralized completely. The way you get to blockchain for now is centralized. Something to be changed, we call it full E2ED functionality later this year. For now, we are end-to-end decentralized core functionality. That's the voting itself. Next, please. And the process is extremely simple. Anybody can schedule an election. We call him the organizer. The organizer has to collect the voters list created, which is what we're doing today by asking you all to go to devoteusa.com, register, and then vote. And then voters submit their ballots. At the moment, it's a public process, right? Somebody asked me whether we can do it private. And the answer is yes, it can be done. So if you, for example, want to have a permissioned blockchain to run for your, let's say, corporate elections or country club elections or your condominium association elections, sure, we can help you and make that vote private. And then at the end of the vote, the organizer tells us the results, again, based on blockchain, 100% transparent, traceable, auditable, whatever you need, and then he or she will have the results ready. Next one, please. The technology, as I said, is free. It's available. We are inviting you to audit, study, question, challenge, whatever you want to do. Here's the link on GitHub. All of you can use. Next one, please. A few words about the roadmap. It's an incredible story. Some of you know that MIT and Harvard researchers published in Famous Now paper in November 2020, the first of series, that criticized the use of blockchain in elections. Now, our community couldn't agree with the conclusion, even though some of the points brought by them were valid, but we disputed that. And so we ran a contest for best theoretical model to dispute that. That was done. And then in the 2021, almost the whole year, our team was working the zero-knowledge voting protocol. And this is what took the most time, was very expensive, and it's done now. Now, once that's done, we were able to prepare for this event. So as you see here, May 2022, we're running a pilot test today. And then we still have some work to do to allow for 100% end-to-end decentralization, not just the core, but actually the whole process, so that you are on blockchain immediately using your crypto wallet, we hope. And that is expected later this year. Now, Priya mentioned today the issue, or there was actually very much on the agenda, the national issues as they related to voting. How can you limit properly those who participate and maybe those who organize and validate to your national borders if you have to, right? So certain solutions, certain work still has to be done on that. So we have it scheduled for, again, later this year, so that one country can do that, right? There's a certain way to limit the location of validators to using geo-targeting to a particular geographical location, say continental US plus Alaska, whatever, or any European country or any other country that is needed. And so once that's done, we're really hoping for the disruption of the industry to start. So we believe that there will be people that will come and ask us to help and introduce and implement those technologies, probably in the US first. And then in some other countries, we're also hoping for GBA to be very much part of that. They've been incredibly supportive of this process from the very beginning. Next, please. So why it's now? Because we really finished the MVP, right? So it's working now. We can use it today. We have core functionality, which is decentralized. That's very important. And of course, this event allows us to really speak to the public out there to make sure that we introduce this as well as something that we have already piloted and tested. Next one, please. Some helpful references. There's some literature that is widely quoted and widely used. Please note that we referred not only to the camp of supporters of the use of blockchain in voting, we also very much work with the opponents. In fact, one of the initiatives under GBA guidance would be to, for the first time in history, I think, to put all the key proponents and all the key opponents of the use of blockchain in elections at one table. And in fact, very recently, this group, again, Gerard, hat goes off to you, published a document that hopefully shortly will have signatures from representatives of both camps. What a change from that MIT time where the group was very polarized, okay? And next slide, I believe, is just a thank you note. I don't know if we have time for questions now. If any, I can probably answer. If not, devoteusa.com. Beautiful art show next door to view and make your selections. And please make sure you submit your votes by close of business tomorrow so that we have time to tally and then announce on the last day, I believe at 3 p.m., there will be rewards ceremony. You will be amazed at the beautiful trophies that the art team prepared. So make sure you're there. Thank you.